The research group that we're part of is trying to eradicate modern slavery within the next, I think it's by 2030. We want to make a big impact on the number of slaves that are being abused, essentially, in industries around the world.
We know that there is a lot of labor exploitation going on in agricultural supply chains, and the modern slavery and forced labor, or solving modern slavery and forced labor, is one of the Sustainable Development Goals. And so at the moment there's a big need to understand what works, what are the solutions that work to stop labor exploitation.
We look at building models of industries inside a computer so that we can experiment on them. At the minute we are exploring the model. It's exploratory research. We are not testing hypotheses. We're trying to develop hypotheses that could potentially be tested later.
And then you can actually run many experiments where you just randomly change different factors and the strength of different factors, and you can see what impact that would have. And that gives you a better understanding of why this initiative worked well in its setting and whether it could also work in other settings. Yeah, the important thing to consider is it's actually about real people, right? And so, those models come with a health warning. That is important, I think, when we present our research to policymakers, is about what were the assumptions that we made for this model. Because also people might want to criticize that or feel that there's an important part missing that we didn't consider.
It is a big challenge because you're absolutely right. The complexity of someone's behaviour, who knows what they're going to do today, and there is an amount of chaos. And we are trying to strip that down into quite a simple decision rule. But what we would say is once you've got that decision rule, what we would argue is that if people are following this is what you get. And we're trying to, if you like, strip out a lot of the chaos.